If you'll come on down. While she's coming, let me just say, Lisa has submitted written comments and also answered the questions that were asked at the last meeting. She wasn't able to make it this time, but hopefully she'll be able to come back, and we are going to make sure that she has this latest plan that was presented so she can run through the scoring model as well. But Nicole has had a chance to look at it. She may have a few comments on it, but we've asked her to comment on the report and the phase-in ideas that she may have. So, Nicole, if you'll state your name again for the record. Thanks for coming back to Arkansas. Glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me. My name is Nicole Keating, and I'm the Director of Federal Projects at the Tax Foundation in Washington, D.C. So I've done a few things for you all today. First is actually kind of similar to what Richard just did, walking through what's the actual additive recommendations you all have made. We'll talk a bit about the revenue impacts and also some sample tax calculations that Representative Johnson has done some as well. I've thrown in a couple things on the new DFNA table that came out yesterday. I haven't finished my analysis of it, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. The first thing is I just want to congratulate you guys. You have made it very far in this process, and I think yesterday was a very important day, passing that final set of recommendations. You all have impressed me with your diligence and your studying of all these issues, so congratulations. I think that you all are heading in a very good direction with these recommendations. I think now, of course, the challenge is how do you prioritize these? How do you make sure that you improve the tax climate for residents and businesses in the state, but maintaining the revenue that you need to pay for those essential government services? The first thing I thought we would do is just kind of quickly look at the report that you approved yesterday. What are some of the implications of that? We've talked a lot about this, the State Business Tax Climate Index from the Tax Foundation. For 2018, Arkansas has the 39th most competitive tax climate, which or the 11th worst, depending however you'd like to view that. What we did is we went ahead and analyzed if all of the recommendations in the task force report are adopted and put into law, and they have all phased in, right? So this is years down in the future. What does that do to your tax competitiveness? Your overall score would go from 39th to 36th. Individual would stay the same. Again, we've talked about this before. We actually weren't fully penalizing you for your complicated rate structure. We said you only had 6 brackets instead of the 16 you could argue that you had. But corporate, you'll notice there's some big changes there. Going from 39th to 26th, that's a big improvement. Sales would stay the same. Property stays the same. Unemployment insurance would stay the same. So you're getting a bit of movement with just really making changes to individual and corporate income. But in the future, if you were to add additional sales tax changes to the table, I think that your score would actually increase very quickly. I'll also note that I have not run the new DFNA table that was released yesterday, but it would improve this even more than what you're seeing here. In my initial run, that's what I was getting, but I'm not in a place to officially release those results yet. But that would actually really result in a higher increase than these.
Okay, before you go on, Senator Teague, you're recognized for a question.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Nicole, state sales tax is high enough, but our counties, our municipalities and counties have sort of unlimited sales tax. So how do we bring that into line without taking the revenue stream away from our local government?
So I think there's a few things you can do. Obviously, the recommendations in the report are that you set some sort of cap on the rate that local governments can charge. The other big benefit, or the other way you can largely look at increasing revenue, we'll talk about this a bit more in terms of the inventory tax credit recommendation. Your state sales tax base and your local sales tax bases are actually the same. That's what they should be. But if you were to expand your sales tax at the state level to include goods you previously exempted or include new services that you've not taxed before, local governments actually see an increase in revenue there as well. So there is a trade-off there. And while there's not, there's a small amount of base expansion in the sales tax in the recommendations, but, in future conversations, if you look to do that in a more robust way, you would increase revenue for local governments in the state.
Mr. Chairman, do you think we could ask, I'm sure we have a list of sales tax exemptions, but.
We did, we went through them, and we killed them all.
And we didn't do anything with them, right?
We talked about it.
Yeah. Could you ask Ms. Maddie to send me that again?
Sure.
Thank you.
The other thing I'll note is that exemption report does not include services that you don't tax. So that would be the other place that, the legislature could look at in the future as well, is providing a sales tax for personal services. You tax a few in the state, but there's many more that you could tax as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.